Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad to hear this Monday morning. We're always talking about what a great time we have on Monday, how to get the week started off right. Has a special guest here in the studio. We'll be bringing some great news on some upcoming events. But first, our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin Road, Highway 77. Run by and check out all the programs they offer there. Principal Mike Heppenstall and the whole staff will be glad to help you. High today is going to be 86, low tonight 68, and water temperature 86. So I just use those two numbers on the whole scan there. But we're really in some a little bit of cooler weather, and I know you've enjoyed these cooler nights. We've had just a little bit of cool, and of course that this past weekend, that big harvest moon winding down, and finally get some tides back. But let's take a look at our Monday moon forecast. Talking about that moon we had last Thursday night, it was really big and bright, and on into Friday night, Saturday. But now it's starting to wane, and it's in a waning stage, and going on down till about a week from now. We'll get into some actual new moon to start next Tuesday a week. So we'll be getting some new moons and strong tides. So as always, we like to do our title chart too. That's brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. Their motto is when caring counts, and always in a situation like that, it's good to be around some good folks that really care about it and try to make things a lot easier for you there, and give those folks a shout out when you get a chance. Now, looking at our tides, like I said, we just got over these neap tides, and we're looking at a day, September 23rd. We're getting into some strong tides. We have a low tide this morning at 7:46. And our high tide tonight at 10:54. We've got a 1.2 foot range and got a whole week of really good tides coming in like this, okay? Our river is pretty steady. It's right around between 5 and 6 foot on both rivers, and we'll give you the chart tomorrow, okay? So let's go ahead and take our break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, and welcome to our special guest this morning, Anthony Lee.
Good morning,
Good morning, Bill Dozier.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good
As
morning.
your church sees right here, Highland Park Baptist Church, and we're getting ready for that big Wild Beast Feast, or it's a great name to it, and I go to them every year. But guys, we're excited about it. We got one coming up pretty soon, so let's tell the folks about it.
Well, we do. We've got on October the 8th, we've got the Wild Beast Feast coming up. We're going to have all kind of events. We're going to start off at 5 o'clock in the afternoon with a band playing bluegrass music.
Okay.
6 o'clock, we're going to eat. We're going to have our food at 6, and then at 7, we're going to have Clay Dyer, who is a professional bass fisherman. He's going to speak to us. He's going to give a seminar to us. And the special thing about Clay is Clay was born with no legs, no left arm, and a partial right arm, just about a half of a right arm. Mm-hmm. And for him to be a pro bass fisherman, it's amazing.
That is fascinating.
It is.
Now, we're going to talk about all kind of sections, but the speaker, that is just special to have a speaker like this.
It is.
And
sure is.
we have a picture coming up here. He can catch bass, too.
Oh yeah. He fishes the Bassmaster Tour.
Yeah,
right.
There's a picture of him right here, and he's got some great sponsors. Anytime Strike King sponsors you, and Ranger Boat and Mercury, that tells you a lot right there.
Yeah.
And it basically fishing with one hand, one arm, right?
That's right. He holds the rod between his chin and his arm there, and casts it out.
Wow. Now listen, tell me how he ties. You were telling about him tying the knots and all. How he ties the knot.
Yeah.
How's he tie his line on?
Well, you can go to Clay Dyer's website and watch YouTube videos of him tying lures with his teeth. I mean,
it's amazing.
He takes his bass boat out by himself, loads up and goes, and fishes these tournaments, Bassmaster tournaments, and another full name recognition tournament, and he's able to do it all by himself.
Well, and what an inspiration! Hey, here's a picture of him right here. I like to say, no legs, and look at that bass right there. He's bringing them in.
He sure is. It's amazing. When I went and looked at that YouTube video to see him tie tie the lure on with just his teeth, it's really astounding.
Well, you know, what an inspiration. Sometimes you think we're having a bad day or things going to go right, and it happens a lot. And then you think about, that's nothing compared to something like this.
Right.
And you know, what a great positive attitude. And he's going to come on and speak to the audience there, and I'm sure it'll be some inspirational words. I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. I'm looking forward to hearing him speak and just meeting him. I've never met him, but looking forward to it.
Yeah. And listen now, we can't leave out the food. I'm looking forward to that food. So now, what all kind of food we're going to have?
Well, you know, in the past years we've had deer, alligator, oryx. I don't know if anybody's ever seen an oryx, but it's an African deer. They're raised up on Highway 77, and hog. We've had quail, pheasant. We even have some wild chickens and, you know, raccoons and possums if we can catch them.
Yeah,
Okay.
You know.
that's right.
That would be a wild beast feast. And I know you guys get there early that morning and start cooking. I know there's a whole crew of cooks.
It's an all-day event. You know, the volunteers get there early in the morning and start cooking. There's a team of about 200 of us that get out there and try to just get everything organized. And when everybody shows up, if they see anybody in these green shirts that we're wearing, they know that we can just ask a question. Everybody in the green shirts there to help.
Well, I always try to get there early because I sort of mingle along with the cooks and all. Sometimes I get a little sample of the volunteers and all. But I know the ropes of hanging around. I've been around lunchroom a lot myself too.
Yeah.
So in addition now, the FWC, you said they'll be there for the kids.
FWC will be there putting on a archery clinic for the children.
Okay.
And they always do a good job with that.
Yeah.
And of course the bluegrass music will be playing right on through. I believe it's going to start at 5, but I believe they're going to play right on through when we're eating.
Yeah. And the great thing about doing something like this, and I go to a bunch of these different churches, and I love them because, you know, not just the great food and a great speaker, but the fellowship and the camaraderie you have as fellow outdoorsmen, because we're all going to start talking about getting our tree stand put up and the fish we didn't catch last week or we did catch, and it's all kind of things. And I get to see a lot of people, a lot of them that watch the show come, and then I see my former students and just friends and all, and I know y'all do too. And it's just fun having everybody out.
Yeah, you just about can't go to an event, you know, with as many people. We average between 600 and 800 men. Yeah. And this year we're hoping for twice that many. We're shooting for 1,600. Highland Park Baptist Church just opened their new sanctuary.
Yes.
We've got seating capacity for almost 1,600 men, and that's what Bill and I have been tasked with is trying to get the word out and trying to let everybody know that everybody's welcome. $5 ticket to get in, and that pays for your meal. On the back of the ticket, you know, we ask you put your name on there, and that qualifies you for the door prizes.
Okay. We're going to talk about the door prizes. Let's go ahead and take a break now and come back and talk about all the prizes you may win.
All right.
All right, welcome back, folks. Sitting here with Bill Dozier and Anthony Lee of Highland Park Baptist Church. We're talking about it. Big wild beast feast is coming up, and always they always have great prizes, and I'm amazed at prizes they give away that night. So tell us about what your prizes are going to be.
Well, go ahead.
Well, we've got literally thousands of dollars in prizes that we're going to give away as door prizes. You know, in the last segment we talked about the tickets. There's tickets for sale all around town. $5 pays for your meal, and on the back, you know, you put your name on the ticket. If you're bringing anybody with you, go ahead and buy their meal for $5. Put your name on the ticket, and that way you got twice as much chance of winning these prizes. We just found out that Big Time Charters in Mexico Beach is going to donate a 4-hour charter fishing trip. We've got a $900 crossbow, Hoyt crossbow that Tommy Lummy let me see. We've got rod and reels that are valued at $200 to $300. Gift cards, a pair of Coastal sunglasses that somebody's donating. I mean, the list is going on, and there's more donations coming in every day. So
we have some rifles. There's rifles that are going to be also door prizes.
Okay, now where can the folks get the tickets?
The tickets are for sale at the church office on 231. Okay. 77 Hardware, C&G Sporting Goods, First Stop, Pro Gear Sporting Goods, and Howell Tackle.
All right. Some good outdoor spots right there. Now these are good classic prizes. Now that
absolutely,
nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Turkey fryers. I mean, it's everything a man would want. You know.
That's right.
Yeah. There's no girly prizes. Last year I won a pink BB gun that I gave away.
I still remember them giving that away. Yeah. You won that last
I won that. I gave it to the pastor for his daughter. So.
Oh, good. Well, listen. Now they're going to leave a few tickets with me, and we're going to give them away on the show, and we're going to actually start today. And at the end of the show, now don't call me right now during the show, but at the end of the show, the first person that gets through to me, and it may be I need to talk to you. First person gets through to me, we're going to leave them 2 tickets, and get you 2 tickets for the Wild Beast Feast. So call me when the show goes off the air. Now, okay? All right, now listen, you guys are outdoorsmen in your own right. I know you enjoy doing a lot of stuff, and so tell us about Anthony. What are some things? Where are you from originally?
Well, I was telling you earlier, I'm from Weewall, so that pretty much says everything. Yeah. Grew up in the woods, hunting and fishing on the river, and ever since I was in high school, my dad got me into scuba diving, and now I hunt and fish underwater, and I can't hold a reel and rod hardly now that I go down there with a spear gun. So Dad says I'm spoiled. He can't get me to go out on the boat unless I'm going under.
Well, I can understand the thrill of doing that. Bill, I know you like to fish.
I love to fish. We've been fishing lately. Our last little trip, I took 2 of my grandchildren out with me. Went behind Shell Island. We just drifted with the wind, throwing plugs, and caught some nice fish. Even with the water stained like it is from the rain, we still did pretty good. We caught a bunch of fish, let a bunch go, kept a few for eating. So it was a lot of fun.
That sounds like my kind of trip. I'll let a lot of them go, but I want to keep some if I'm going to eat them that night or next day.
Right, absolutely. That's right.
Now, down in Mexico Beach, is your dad's boat is in Mexico Beach, or what's the story on that?
Yep, big time charters. Dad bought one of Chuck Gifford's boat, one of the Charisma charter boats, and he runs big time charters out of Mexico Beach Canal, and he's looking forward to snapper season coming back in. So. I know that the viewers are probably excited about 2 more weeks of snapper season.
Yeah, well, I know Chuck Guilford has quite a reputation of being a good fisherman. I fished with him years ago, and he is an excellent fisherman.
Yeah, he's always on the dock when we come in, wanting to know, what we did, what we caught, and you can tell him what you caught, but you can't tell him where you caught it.
That's right. All right, let's take our final break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Sitting here with Bill Dozier, Anthony Lee, Highland Park Baptist Church. Let's first look at our fishing game forecast for today. These particular times here are recommended to us by some of the best outdoorsmen in the country. It's brought to us by Mark Coward of Edgewater Beach Realty at 832-6000. And this morning's time, we're just wrapping those up. We went from 3:37 to 5:37, but this afternoon, just tell your boss you want to get off early and go from 4:02 to 6:02. That's some excellent times, 4:02 to 6:02 there. Guys, I know y'all do a lot of stuff in the outdoors, and we always talk about such a pattern and rhythm and all with the outdoors. Have y'all found that to be true, even on diving and fish biting? And
absolutely, I've found it to be true that so many times I'll chat with my friends who were either on a hunting trip or fishing trip, and they hold true to the times that like the solar charts and these other time frames. So we found it to be true.
And I enjoy talking to outdoors on the same conversation sometimes. In fact, at this Wild Beast Feast, some of us will be talking about that. Have you found it the same way?
Absolutely. I mean, even when you're scuba diving, you get down there on the bottom and you just you ask yourself, where are the fish? It pays to look at the charts.
Yeah. All right, now we're talking about this big Wild Beast Feast at Highland Park Baptist Church. Tell the folks, I know we have viewers that we cover 9 counties, and they come in from all over the place. So tell the folks where Highland Park Baptist Church is.
Well, the church is located on the corner of 231 and East Avenue.
Okay.
As you come into Panama City, East Avenue crosses, and it's located right there on the corner. We've just completed building on a new sanctuary. So there's been some construction, a lot of construction going on there, but last Sunday we had our first service in our new sanctuary.
Great. And let me recommend this. Some of y'all may not be able to come. You may be tired of something. But let me recommend this to you. I do this some. Just buy a batch of tickets, and I give some away to some of my students. And we'll always try to get some young people there, some young boys that come to it. And I remember last year one of the boys that went to it, he was just thrilled at the things he got to do, and he food that much good. Food. He hadn't seen that much food in such a long time. So I want to encourage you to do that kind of stuff and just get a carload or truckload of young men and bring them over to it, and I know that'd be a lot of fun.
That is. That's always a special time when you can bring friends with you, kids especially, and show them a good time there.
Yeah, it'll be good, wholesome entertainment. The bluegrass band that's playing is Big River Bluegrass, and they're going to be playing for an hour and a half. You know, the first hour, and then while we're eating, they're going to play.
Yeah.
So
it's a great atmosphere now. It's going to start at 5 o'clock. Okay, and that's when they start playing and all.
Right.
Then if the kids want to come do the archery and all, that'll be set up over there, like in the parking lot or somewhere.
right.
Right.
Okay.
It'll be set up off to the side in a safe area.
Yeah, with a good backdrop.
Right. And it'll be between the 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock hour.
Okay. And again, let's go over the speaker. This is a dynamic situation to me to have someone in this condition to come up there. And we should be trying to encourage and inspire him, but here this guy's trying to encourage and inspire us.
Right.
I mean,
It's amazing. His attitude. We were saying earlier about his attitude is outstanding.
Yeah.
He has a great outlook on life and just has a good attitude. I was reading on the YouTube about him, and he was saying even at a young age that he knew he was going to be a professional at something. He just wasn't sure what he was going to be professional at, and it turned out to be bass fishing.
oh man.
Right.
So-
I mean, you know, professional bass fisherman, a professional bass fisherman sponsored. I mean, this guy
right.
does it for a living, and you know, to be born with no legs, no left arm, a partial right arm, probably to the extent of about everybody else's elbow.
Yeah.
And that's a picture right there of him landing a bass
Yeah.
by himself. Ties his lures with his teeth, takes his boat
incredible.
out.
Yeah.
You know, I talk about this. One of the units I teach in my outdoor education class is a knot tying unit. And we'll spend 3 or 4 days in class, and we'll get the kids all scattered out, and they'll partner up with somebody. They'll start trying just a basic blood knot, and they'll get all pummel fist and all.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to use him as an example to some of these young people about
Right.
what he can do.
Right.
And they got 2 good hands, and he has
Yeah.
one partial.
His
So,
theme is that if I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
And that's great.
A great theme. Well, folks, we want to encourage y'all to come to it. It's just going to be a lot of fun. I go to a lot of these. I say, and you know, the camaraderie there is, I think, the most important thing. That camaraderie and the message.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of fun.
It is.
Okay, now listen. We got a couple minutes left and all. I want to get back to some local outdoor stuff. You know, and Bill, we've talked about this before. We've been on. You know, we live here in the Florida Panhandle, and you grew up in Weewall, and what a blessing it is to live in an area like this where, you know, you can go freshwater fishing. The same day you freshwater fishing, you're out there diving,
Right.
and you know I might be up at a pond doing something, and we do it all here.
Yeah, we're blessed to live in this area, the Panhandle, Florida, that you can, like you say, you know, we have such quality freshwater ponds, springs, and then at the same time you could be out in the saltwater.
Yeah.
And we have the river system is a good river system to either hunt or fish in.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now, y'all do some hunting too with your kids and all.
love to hunt. I love to deer hunt, and of course this time of year we're gearing up to go to the river to camp and go squirrel hunting. That's always a fun tradition with the kids.
That, you know, we're going to talk about that. So many people, that's just a family tradition. I know they all did in Weewall.
Oh yeah,
squirrel season.
I don't know if you remember where River Pond Hunting and Fishing Association was up on Highway 77, but I can't tell you the hours I've spent out there sitting underneath the oak tree, waiting for them tree rats to come along.
Well, I know what people get amazed at, and we've all squirrel hunted, and we we did a bunch of it, and it was just a family tradition. I can remember as a little kid, and I've talked on the show many times about my brother and I, knee-high to grasshopper. We had our BB guns, and my dad was walking through that swamp, and I remember looking up. He had one of the World War II backpacks he brought back from Germany, and I see squirrel. I can still see his squirrel tail sticking out. He would kill. Normally, he would get 30, 40 squirrels. My brother and I'd get 2 or 3 with a BB gun, and that was good. But it was such warm memories and such a special time. But people are still doing. They're camping along the river. And you go, I'm on one weekend. I'm just going on opening weekend one year. I'm going to just take my boat up and down the river and just go to these different camps. So you got guys setting up camp, and you see the smoke coming up. And, and it just all groups of them. And that night they all cooking squirrel.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Eating right there on the river.
Yeah. And then something what's good about it, you can also do some fishing and all. You can fish and squirrel hunt.
Yeah, we generally when we go we do that. We have a fish fry, and also, you know, we have plenty of squirrel to eat, and a big fish fry. So it's a lot of fun for even a large group of people.
Yeah, and you try to explain something like that to somebody from not around this area. They said, "You going to eat those squirrels?" And you know, And you know, for us to spend the amount of time doing it, it's just remarkable. That's one of our traditions here in the Panhandle to do that.
It is.
But you know, getting back to our bay systems, we got, you know, St. Andrew Bay, we got St. Joe Bay, and Saltahatchee Bay, and they're all strong and healthy, and no pollution, and it's just a remarkable. I know, being Weeball, you'd go to St. Joe Bay a lot. And,
Oh yeah, I picked up my fair share of scallops.
Yeah, and scallop season. Now listen, it goes out tomorrow. Now Tuesday, it's going out. So if you still got a chance to weather holds up today or tomorrow, I've been known to take off work to do stuff like that. But I don't think we'll be able to do it this year. But it's a great time to go.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Now the up there in St. George Island, that area back there, going down Apalachicola Bay, that's some really good oystering and all too. And,
Oh yeah.
and,
Yeah.
But camping, do y'all do much camping with families?
Love to camp. Matter of fact, we've got a trip planned, a recent trip, other than the squirrel hunting trip at the river. We're going to take the kids out to St. Andrews State Park. And that's a family adventure where we can take the women out there with us. They don't like, my wife doesn't like going to the river.
They don't like to rough it.
No. But she loves going to the state park, and we spend some time out there quite often.
And we'll talk about that. And that's a great way to start someone into camping at a state park system, because you know, you have your bathrooms, you have your electricity, you got, you know, air conditioning and all that kind of stuff. And and then it's hard. They don't like to rough it much. But
Close enough to nature, they get the effect.
Yeah, exactly. And they're beautiful and all, because a lot of times they get out there, and if they rough it. In fact, I had some of my students went last weekend to St. Andrews State Park, and they had tents. And I don't remember, last weekend it was really warm, and they really got hot.
Oh, I bet.
Because they used to. But at least I told them, I'm so glad you all for going, just making an attempt at going at all.
Oh yeah, we took our kids there when they were younger. And now we're taking our grandkids, our children and their children, our grandkids. So it's a long tradition for us.
What a great family tradition. Well, fellas, we're going to start wrapping things up again. The Wild Beast Feast, Highland Park Baptist Church, right there on Highway 231.
October 8th.
October 8th, and we'll be giving away some tickets here, or go by the church office or those other locations. And I'll see a lot of y'all there. I know you guys will be there. And,
we'll be there. Yeah.
And thank y'all so much for coming on the show, Anthony.
Listen, appreciate
Thank you.
As
Thanks
always,
for having us.
Thank you for coming on. Good outdoorsman on right. Let's wrap it up. Do something good for somebody today. Have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.